Hello and welcome. This is the Crouching Aussie. Playing some more Stellaris with Scylla's children today, or Scylla's chosen children. Still in the early game, still doing our early expansion and colonization. Our key systems that we want to bring under our influence, hopefully by the end of this episode, but maybe the next episode, is the Kondara system, so we can secure this section and slowly claim it as time passes. Whatever this system is, this binary system, and then probably this system, whatever it's going to be called, we don't know yet. That way I'll have a nice cluster of stars under my control that I can slowly expand to and claim at my own pace, as well as try and expanding slowly enough that we don't go over our empire sprawl cap too much, but we get all the resources we need when we need them. I've been checking our planets. While they both have empty building slots, we're not going to be building a building. On Charbid, there's too many available jobs, and I don't want to be paying upkeep on the buildings if they're not working. On the Great Reef, there's one available job. I was looking at the building types. Nothing here really screams out that we need building wise, and we're running a small food deficit, so we're just going to build another agriculture district, because those angler jobs, which produce 11 food and 4 consumer goods and 4 trade value. Oh wait, no, that's the total value. How much does the angler job produce then? Oh, 11 food. Still, it's a lot of food. Better than a farmer, I believe. So, get one of those. As if we look at reefs, at the Great Reef, is there a modifier?
We grow ever stronger.
Yes, Scylla, the mighty Sky Dragon, has landed and is proceeding to devour its way through a startling amount of food, getting some stability and unity production from it. Bunkerbot. We have traced the unusual electromagnetic... Where is this happening? Around here. Around this moon. Yes, okay. We have traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Groomium to a secret subterranean bunker, hiding a mega computer the size of a battleship. How do we know it's the size of a battleship when we haven't even invented destroyer tech? Is it theoretical size of a battleship? Our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single very complex problem, the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. So we can scrap the system for some alloys, some crystals, and some motes. We can boost our own research by tying it in to our computer systems. 10% energy engineering research per month for 10 years. Or we can let it continue its mysterious calculations. We had better not disturb it. Whatever the problem the computer is trying to solve, it seems important. I'm actually going to take the influence, because that's a lot of influence. And as I said, we want to claim some important systems. In fact, we are actually going to build a second construction ship now. It's the prize taker class. That's a great name.
Space charts updated.
Also, probably going to want to colonize the ocean world now that I think about it. We need to survey that system and then backtrack to there. This construction ship is done, so claim that system.
A system has been charted.
Okay.
Space charts updated.
More anomalies. Time for a new tradition tree. I mean, expansion's always nice. The influence cost. The sooner you take expansion, the better, because the influence cost is only good for so long. But the starbase upkeep is good. Empire sprawl reduction is good. Large colonies is good. Pop growth is good. Adaptability. I've not been a big fan of adaptability. It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, it's probably good for building toll because you don't colonize as many planets that way. Diplomacy. It's kind of good if you want to go very stable diplomatic approach where you want to make friends more than conquer. It's a bit too early for domination as well as supremacy. I kind of prefer to at least have one other AI around before I pick it. Same thing for diplomacy. Harmony is something I normally take near the end where I'm not really sure what I want to take. I just want to adopt traditions to get ascension perks. Mercantile is always good. That trade value is amazing, especially when you get it really high. Prosperity is really good. Prosperity, like expansion's one of those ones where the sooner you take it, the better, because you're just making use of those discounts and cheaper upkeep sooner. Subterfuge. I've never actually taken subterfuge yet. I mean, the whole espionage system in Stellaris is okay. It's better, I think, than some of their other games. Some of Paradox's other games, but yeah, it's okay. It's unyielding. The only time I've taken unyielding was when I went a pacifist empire, because I just wanted to. It didn't feel right to take supremacy or domination, so I just went unyielding. Went the Great Britain approach off. It's like we will never surrender, and just you could try to attack us, but we'll win anyway. I think I will go expansion. Although I can only colonize ocean worlds is the thing. Well, not only ocean worlds. No, you know what? Enough debating. I'll take expansion. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Gruminium 4A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien lifeform. For those of you watching here unfamiliar with how the planets are automatically named, so it's the star name, and then which planet in the system, and then the letter tells you if it's a moon. So it's the star system of Gruminium, the fourth planet, the first moon. And the bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Gruminium 4A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science officer Castaway Hendrick has prepared a special research project to examine this mystery.
There is new information in the situation log.
You know what? Sure. Research the project. I'm not in a rush.
We grow ever stronger.
Yep, so we're just gonna colonize that. Or claim that system, I should say.
Empire sprawl is a measure of the territorial expanse of your empire.
Halfway. Over our empire sprawl by 1.
Space charts updated.
Which doesn't appear to give any negative modifiers. For those of you unfamiliar
Project done. Not so special now, was it?
That's a funny line. For those of you unfamiliar with Stellaris. Being over your Empire Sprawl gives negative modifiers, normally in the sense that everything just costs more, research costs more, colonizing costs more, building stuff costs more. And the more you're over the sprawl limit, the larger the modifier, the negative modifier is. Special project completed. Continued studies of the massive skeletal remains on Gruminium 4A have managed to shed some light on how the creature ended up on the moon. There are faint residual energy readings that indicate some kind of dimensional portal existed briefly towards the rear of the skeleton. The science officer Hendrik has theorizes that the creature passed through this gateway from another dimension only to quickly perish in the hostile environment of the moon. Why did it do this, and where did it come from, are questions that may never be answered. Hendrik gets 200 XP and we get 488 physics research.
A system
Nice.
has been charted. We grow ever stronger.
Yep, gold. How far away?
Intellectual booty.
32 months. Okay. Administrative AI tech, always nice.
We
Let's
grow
get survey
ever
speed.
stronger. Research complete.
I'm going to claim this system, and we're going to colonize this planet.
A system has been charted.
Oh, beautiful
What
tech
have
that
we
will help
here?
our food problem. Nice. Okay. Ocean ecology management. Tile blocker clearing isn't overly important in my opinion, in terms of tech choice. Since the only worlds we're colonizing at the moment are ocean worlds, they're more likely to have that toxic kelp feature to clear, which is the reason why I'm taking it, because I imagine... Oh no, none here. Actually, I will not take that modifier then. I will go for this so we can get the food processing building. I'm gonna send him back there. Build that power station. So, our archaeologist has made some progress. Dig like you mean it. And so this was, yeah, the trench were a bunch of canals on the planet. They're investigating the canal system. An extensive analysis of hundreds of canals on the planet's surface has been carried out. It is evident that the intricate grid is not formed by any naturally occurring process. It's been dug out with deliberate intent. Due to the considerable age of the trenches, having been carved out more than 100,000 years prior, and as such considerably eroded, it is difficult to ascertain how or why they are made. Keep digging! Minor artifact. So, how many minor artifacts
The
do we
relic
have?
screen allows us to...
We have 2. So we could we could have a couple of clicks. Don't know what that thing was. Would it be worth doing that proclaim bit? We'd get most of the way to the next tradition. Well, we'd shave several months off it. You know what? I'll do it. We'll proclaim a religious revelation.
A system has been charted.
Shaved about 6-8 months off it. Star patterns. The latest sensory readings from Zotera B showed the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew of the Cost 23 arrived on site, there was no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by sensor malfunction, Science Officer Hendrik discards this theory. Hendrik claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy patterns elsewhere in the galaxy, and now fears something strange is happening to the galaxy stars. They have charted a course. So we can just say, oh, it's a malfunction. Or we can investigate the stars. You know what? We will get to the bottom of this. Scylla might be trying to send us a message.
Ledger of situations amended.
So if we look, pulsating stars, track on map. He wants us to go back here. Okay, after you're done surveying the system, go back and check it out.
We grow ever stronger.
Yes. Ooh. Go left or right? Actually just check out this cluster. Like that. Scientist gained trait. Through hard work, this scientist has developed new skills. Which scientist? Oh, archaeologist. He's got a spark of genius. Oh, that's actually not good for someone on a science vessel. Would it be worth replacing... Nah. No, I think I'll just keep him where he is. Normally you want spark of genius on your researchers, not on your science vessels. Colonize. Yep. So, I'm thinking we're just going to name all the planets we colonize after sea monsters. So let me quickly look one up. Greek mythology. Oh, Kraken is a Greek monster. It's in a number of other mythologies as well. This is going to be Kraken, spelled that way. Okay.
Space charts updated.
Oh, and yes, he's building the research station. He got carefree anomaly research speed. That's always nice. How far am I away?
Ever stronger.
Might hold off on building new outposts until I get this Reach for the Stars tradition, because it's only a year away. But we will just put you there for now.
A special project is finished.
Oh yes, the pulsating stars. The crew on COS 23 has made an unfortunate discovery. Like they suspected, the pulsating observed from Trimas was in fact a sensory malfunction. In Castaway Hendrick's head, Science Officer Hendrick has turned erratic and suffers delusions about the stars, pulsating coded warnings about the coming apocalypse, and of having been appointed protector of the realm. The crew believes he himself manipulated the ship's sensor data during a psychotic spell. Hendrick is now in a medical pod headed back to the planet, where he will receive treatment. Thank you for your service, Hendrick, protector of the realm. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Gain 500 society research. Does that mean... Yeah, he's no longer available. Oh no, he just got unassigned. We'll put you back in charge. We'll see what happens. Don't think I've had that event before. I want you to survey in that pattern. Oh, 8 energy in that system. Nice.
We grow ever stronger.
Do I colonize the relic world, or do I keep expanding down? I'm tempted to. Relic world's, well, not big. They have some good features. Especially for science. You got the plus 15% from researcher jobs. You've got the special resource mines you can build there. The generator and mining district's not good, but you've got another plus 15% to all research positions. So it's normally good to turn these relic worlds into researcher havens. Most of their structures just like, research building, research building, research building. And they'll, by themselves, they'll put out lots of science research. Voltaeum. Yeah, so the Voltaeum is the precursor event chain we have going on at the moment. So at this location we found a massive orbital complex dedicated to computer research. Strangely, they seem to have ignored the normally popular field of artificial intelligence to focus exclusively on virtual realities and massive computer simulations. Most of the complex has been ruined by weapons fire and micrometeorites, but what remains is in good condition.
Leisure situations amended. A system has been charted.
Oh, this guy finished with the trenches. Okay. Before we look at it, since he finished with the trenches, we want to go up here and bring this system into our territory so he can now excavate it. We'll beeline him over. Trench wall. More findings near the excavation sites on Pildarium 4A have come in, and with a new theory for the origins of the network. Millennia ago, the planet was beset by an invading extraterrestrial organism, best described as a huge snail-like creature the size of a city. It roamed with impunity, scouring the surface clean of all organic matter. The trenches were dug out by the indigenous population of diminutive mustelid-like humanoids in order to either escape the snail's onslaught or to try to attack its vulnerable underbelly. By the extent of the excavation, this trench wall must have gone on for generations, perhaps centuries. There were no indications of the local population survived the crisis, nor are there any remains of the behemoth that devoured them. A grim fate. So we've got a permanent modifier called Modern Trench Warfare, plus 20% to Defense Army Health, and we can research combat training. So that doesn't mean we get the tech, it means the combat training tech will always be on offer until we research it. Ooh. Okay. News of alien ships humming through the ether has reached Great Reef, in many ways ending the first chapter in the book of Scylla's chosen children's bid for a stellar empire. We have made contact with mysterious aliens in the Rigel system. For now, we have codenamed them Delta Aliens. Until we can find out more about them, if they possess a language, we should decipher it. So, let's have a look.
These are unknown space vessels.
Yes, they're unknown aliens. Okay, this is a science ship of Necroid design, which I know because I've played Stellaris a lot. But it is another nation, another empire. So we are going to try to make contact with them relatively quickly. So to make contact, we've got to assign an envoy to learn more about them. Salian William or Red Alvidia. Sure, go learn more about this species. Okay. Oh, counted another species. Oh, it's a plantoid science ship. Yes, we want that. Okay, we want to take this system. Most definitely. We want to take this system, most definitely. And we want to start first contact with these people as well. It's happened, guys. Let's take a quick screenshot, actually. There are other children of Scylla? Perhaps, perhaps not. Should write that down because it's probably what I'm going to call this episode.
Research complete.
Ooh, choices. Could be worth going new weapons. We've got enough mineral income now, we probably won't go powered exoskeletons. Mining station output. It's always nice to get. Plus 10%, because that will help us get more minerals and more energy credits. Corvette build speed and build cost. It's also very good, but let's go refineries.
We grow ever stronger.
Oh yes, we're investigating the Virtual Reality Center. The archaeologists investigating the Voltaeum orbital complex have stumbled upon an interesting find. They managed to recover a partial copy of what was apparently a fairly popular multi-user virtual reality game enjoyed by billions of Voltaeum across the Empire. Although the game takes place in a fictional and highly satirized version of their contemporary society, it has proved an invaluable source of information on their language and customs. Gain 3 minor relics, recover 1 Voltaeum artifact. We need 5 more now to discover their home system, and a bunch of physics research. Nice. Build the stations here. We've got the alloys for it. I will upgrade this to a starport. It's going to serve as a defensive line. All plant ships.
Anomalous space-time continuum
Given the way it's
ahead.
moving, I suspect the plant people are over here. I'm actually going to cancel this. Cancel. If I'm right, they're over to the left, and it might be better to put the station here. That way I can seal them off from that area. I've still got the colony ship hitting there. I discovered a junkyard. Okay. The asteroid was evidently used as a junkyard by someone at some point in the distant past. All manner of discarded machinery and metallic refuse have been deposited inside the asteroid's weak gravity well, being slowly pulled into a jumble of debris that now covers the surface. There's nothing of particular value to be found here, but a lot of the metal could be salvaged by a mining station. Add +3 mineral modifier. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Buildings. Got 2 available jobs here. I think I'm actually going to build a... I'm going to build a Sacrificial Temple, because they're going to need amenities here soon. This place also needs amenities soon. It's already got a Sacrificial Temple. We're going to build a Hollow Theatre. Get us some unity, but mainly produce some more amenities. Amenities are required to keep the people happy on the planet. Survey speed. Research station output. We're still gathering data on the alien spacecraft reported in the Rigel system. If this vessel is an emissary of a previously unknown alien civilization, as seems likely, we must determine if they go with the grace of the spirits or if they are agents of wickedness. The first step will be to divine their language.
Land ho! A new colony is underway. Space charts updated.
The Aquatics have some good lines. Clear signal found. Our sensors have detected a clear repeating signal from the Epsilon aliens. These were the plant guys on the left that seem to offer our linguists excellent material for codifying their language. They are optimistic that we'll be able to make some significant progress on this stroke light. So you may be wondering why we got different communication events. One reason is it's semi-random, but it's also determined on how, on their position on first contact. If they're more closed off, they don't want to make first contact with people. It's normally considered to have I think it's the first contact protocol. Yeah, aggressive. Then it's harder for us to determine their language. But if they're on proactive, that's when they do things like you see in Star Trek all the time, where they meet an alien race they transmit the whole, this is the USS Enterprise, here's our language, yada yada yada, we represent the Federation. If they're on that, then you're more likely to get a positive event like this. Get some insights. Looks like the plant people are peaceful. Doesn't mean we're not going to try to cut them off territorial wise.
We grow ever stronger. Technology secured.
Desert world, that's not good for us. Pop growth speed, always good. Oh, we found a primitive culture. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Unimar 1 in the Unimar system. They currently seem to be experiencing the equivalent of a renaissance, having recently left the medieval age behind them. Scientific knowledge is spreading rapidly, and the armies of their petty kingdoms are equipped with crude gunpowder weapons. We should build an observation post to keep an eye on them. Yep. Population. Can we see the ethics? We might need to build an observation post first. Even more important we take that system then, because observation posts give you a lot of society research. Actually, let's check that system. Yes. The alien spacecraft that crossed into our space in the Stellairs system is still being investigated. If the vessel is an emissary of a previous unknown civilization, as seems likely, we must determine if they are peaceful or not. Okay. That just means it's the next step in the contact protocols. Oh, and there's an archaeological site here. We need this system. Well, we don't need. I want it. I want it a lot.
Ever stronger.
In that case, we're probably going to get this archaeological site first, so head back there. Oh, are these more plant ships? Yes, they are. So
a system has been charted.
Oops, does mean the plants are probably over here on the left here. Question is, do I build up my military? Okay, where is this happening?
Taking evasive action.
Oh, in the Azeroth system. So, automated Dreadnought. A single massive warship has been detected patrolling the Azeroth system. No life signs can be detected on the vessel, but is emitting a strong power signature, appears to be bristling with weapon systems, does not respond to hails. Caution is advised. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah. This is also a good looking ship. It's been in the game a while. It was in the Leviathan story pack, I believe it was. We don't know its exact fleet power, but it's a skull. It means we probably need a fleet of at least 50,000 power if we want to take it on. There is a little event chain if you manage to beat it. Before we end this episode, we're going to use this feature. We're going to restrict the system. So restricting a system means even your military fleets, whenever you give orders, they will always avoid this system. Not just if they're on evasive, because you don't normally put military fleets on evasive. Because it's a Leviathan class enemy, because it's of the little skull. I don't want to engage it by accident. I want to be very deliberate when I get around to fighting it. And Hendrik is luckily sane enough to go, let's get out of here, run away. Yes, news of the encounter of a deep space construct of gargantuan proportion is spreading throughout the Chosen Children. While the entity does not appear to be of biological nature, its existence has inescapable ramifications for the possibility of tech and mega engineering. We are but motes of dust. Okay, that's where we're calling this episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.